this on me. Alright. Anyway. Alright. What's up, YouTube? One right after the other. I am just a busy person. Anyway, so here we go again. So, since I've started, basically my own business and, owning one of these, or actually two of these, they are, I've been doing this a long time. I have. I've been driving a truck for, I started in like sometime around 97, I think, right in that area. Anyway, I've been doing it for a long time, and I have drove every kind of truck you can think of. I've drove dump truck. I gotta get a haircut. I got hair sticking out. I've drove dump truck. I've drove tanker. I've drove doubles. I've drove RGN, flatbed, reefer unit. I've done them all for the most part. And, regardless of what kind of trailer you're pulling, I just enjoy seeing the world every day, and it changes every day. And I'm here to tell you, over the past 25 years, I've gotten old. just kidding. Not really. Anyway, things have changed. A lot of things have changed. The world has changed. Technology has changed. The way vehicles are made now has changed. It's just insane. But nonetheless, I really enjoy driving these things. It can be very enjoyable. If there was any one thing that I would tell anybody that's driving a truck, buy your own truck. Buy your own truck and find a good company to run for. Luckily, a guy that I go to church with is a really good guy, super smart when it comes to business. I've been with these guys now for 2 years. They're I don't know, 3 miles from my house. They're not that far away. So Joey is a real good guy. Nonetheless, I enjoy it. So I would say, get your own truck, start making yourself some real money, and step away from driving a truck for a company and making them all the money, because it's a lot more responsibility, and there's a lot more detail, and you got to pay attention, and there's just a lot of work. You're not going to get anything for free. It's a lot of work, and every morning and every night, even when I come home, after being out all week, there's things on the truck that I got to do. I went and did this morning and got the generator, which I just did a video about. First thing I came in this morning, I ran over to the shop and I did my oil change. If there's any maintenance that I can do myself, I'll do it, which is most of it. I mean, there's not much that I can't fix. I know how to rebuild these engines. I just had a transmission rebuilt for this one. I can't rebuild transmissions. I don't play with them. It's not my thing. But anything else on this truck I can fix. And that saves me a lot of money, a boatload of money. These 2 tires that I've got my knee on, each one of them, and I'm not seeing, here we go. I don't know, can you see this? Right here. It's a nail. I've got a nail in this one. And there's a bolt stuck. There's a bolt stuck through this other one somewhere. I think that's it right there. Anyway, both of those tires lose air. So about every 5 hours, until I get back down to the Loves and have them yank them off there and put a patch on the inside of them after they get those nail and the bolt out. I have to watch all this stuff. I closely monitor everything on this truck on a morning, noon, and night basis. Because if I don't, it'll cost me money. These tires are almost $300 a piece. So if I blow one on the side of the road, even if I were to buy a recap, and I have to have, let's say, Love's TA, Flying J Pilot, come out on the side of the road and fix it. Well, now I'm looking at $500. So one tire turns into $500. What if both of them goes out, or one tire comes apart and it tears my mud flap off? I could easily be looking at $800-900. So you really have to maintain your stuff. I run 100 pounds of air in my tires, and then once I've been driving for about an hour, I check them and make sure they're at 110. Manufacturer says they can be filled up to 110 cold, but I'm here to tell you, they ride like a lumber wagon. So I just run them at 110 hot. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So I did some stuff this morning, and here not long ago, I really got into the kick of trying to squeeze every bit of economy out of this truck that I could to keep my money in my pocket instead of it going out the window. So I was online, and I happened to see one of the websites that I frequently look at offering a fuel catalyst. I've tried fuel catalysts before, and they really weren't. I didn't use them again. Let me put it that way. It wasn't worth the money. I didn't see enough return to validate spending the money to begin with. However, then I saw this one. This is obviously Pittsburgh Power Max Mileage. Okay? So, max mileage. What can I tell you about it? Here's the dosing chart. Oh, let me do that again. This is literally ounces per tank, or per however much you put in. If I fill up 4 ounces, I've got a 100-gallon tank on each side. Now, I can tell you this. I have found that my truck gets the best fuel mileage if I add an extra ounce. So that's what I've been doing. Is it worthy of the money that cost? Absolutely. It is kind of expensive. It's $220 a gallon. What do I get out of it? A lot. So prior to using that, if I were pulling, let's say 40,000 or anything over 35,000, my fuel mileage would drastically drop. I was lucky to get 6.4, 6.5. Okay. With this, I can do 7. I can stay at 7 with 40,000 or more. I came back from Texas a couple days ago, and lucky for me, I only had 21 something thousand in the box, but I was getting 8.3 all the way home. It was 860 something miles. Okay, I averaged 8.3 miles per gallon with 21, almost 22,000 in the box, and I think it was 106 gallons. Without looking at my pad, I don't remember off the top of my head. It was like 106, 108, something like that. Anyway, so this is my second bottle. Now, let me add this in there. The one thing I drastically noticed right from the beginning was it changed the sound of my truck. It literally changed the sound. It smoothed it out. It idled quieter. It idled smoother. Going up a mountain, I don't drop as many gears. Um, 30 anything under 35,000 pounds, I can run almost any mountain and drop one gear and go up almost any mountain at 55 miles an hour, at least 55. Um, and it wouldn't do that before. Prior to using this, I was having to drop 2, sometimes 3 gears. I would get down to 35, 40 miles an hour. With a real heavy load, 42, 44, I'd get down to 35. With this stuff in the tank, 42,000, I might drop to 50. Okay, and still only dropping 1 gear. Okay, it's pretty freaking amazing stuff. Now, how much money did I save by running that? So I fill up every Sunday or Monday, depends on which day I leave. I'll leave tomorrow morning, which is Sunday. Now I've already got 100 gallons in there, so I'll put 100 gallons in. The only reason I've got 100 gallons in there was because I was down where diesel is $2.40 a gallon. It is still $2.55, $2.60 here in Spartanburg. Okay, so I took advantage of the 240 and filled up. But that will come off this week's settlement, which is okay. It'll come out in the wash. Last month I tabulated everything out, and because of the max mileage, I actually put back in my pocket close to $800. Just in the jump from 6.5, 6.4, 6.5, all the way up to 7.3, all the way up to 8.3, like on this last one. Coming home, that saves me a lot of money. You know, it saves me a lot of money. Like I said, I put almost $800, or kept almost $800 in my pocket by using the Pittsburgh Power Max Mileage. Will I keep buying it? Hell yeah. And I am trying to be a dealer as well. So I will keep you posted on that one. This way, if anybody comes through South Carolina, they will have the ability to get it, because as of right now, we do not have anybody in South Carolina. Well, we do. We have one. He's on 95 on the northeastern end of the state, all the way up near Virginia. Other than that, there's nobody else in South Carolina. So I want to be that second person. I just have to really show more people what this stuff is capable of, because it really, really is an amazing product. So way to go, Pittsburgh Power. And on top of that, whoa, let me show you this. So I don't know if you don't know who Pittsburgh Power is. They've been around for a long time. They've been around since like I want to say late 60s, mid 60s, something like that. These guys, the guy that owns it, his name's Bruce. I forget his last name, but he's been doing diesels forever. Doesn't matter what brand of diesel, but he's been doing diesels forever, and he knows his stuff. Super smart guy, super nice guy. You can take your truck up there. They will actually put it on a dyno and economy tune it, or they'll power tune it, however you want to do it. If you want to really, really pick up a boatload of power, take it to them. They have their own turbos, intake manifolds, mufflers, harmonic balancers, power modules. Look at this. I mean, it's all fleet stuff. They sell air filters, like performance air filters. They sell intakes. They sell computers, ECMs, exhaust manifolds, intake manifolds, just all kinds of stuff. and then they power tune your truck on top of that. They've got an engine up there. It's a Detroit. That thing's making like 1,100 horse, and they're turning that thing some ridiculous RPM. If I remember correctly, Bruce told me like 3,700 RPMs, and the only reason they're not turning it higher is because they're afraid it's going to break the rocker assemblies, and they're having custom rocker assemblies made for it so they could turn it even faster. Why? That's just ridiculous. 1,100 horse. This thing's making right close to 2,000 foot-pounds of torque. I can't even begin to imagine what an engine that is making 1,100 horse. I can't imagine the torque that thing's making, especially at 3,700 RPM. That's just absurd. Anyway, yeah, so just wanted to give a big shout out to Pittsburgh Power, and if you are interested in saving some of your money and keeping it in your pocket, get some of this stuff right here. Max mileage. It is definitely worth it. I wouldn't get on here and tell you it did if it didn't. Oh, and the other part, you can put this in gas too. You can put it in gas. I put a cap full of it in that when I mixed it. It was like maybe half an ounce. I don't even think it's that. However big this cap is, whatever it holds, that's what I put in there. And like I said, it's a catalyst. So, yeah, it's like hot sauce now. I put that shit on everything. Anyway, y'all stay safe, stay crazy, not too crazy. Don't go get yourself hurt. Stay crazy, but not too crazy. Anyway, we'll see y'all later on the next one. Love y'all. Bye.